Popeye's ghost pepper is back, baby. But who cares? When I look at Popeye's chicken, all I see is diarrhea and indigestion. In fact, I'll be the first person to say it. Popeye's chicken is hella mid, and you can't pull the black card with me. I'm black too, suckers. Honestly, if I'm being honest, the older I get, the more disappointed I am in my fellow black gamers out there. 1, Chadwick Boseman, our national treasure, died. 2, Kanye West, our former national treasure, became insane, lost his mind, and lost millions of dollars. 3, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was such a mid-show. I went out of my way to defend Falcon at Endgame and say that he deserved to be Captain America, and then the first thing he does in the show is give away his shield. And then the main villain of the show was absolutely 100% whack. John Walker shouldn't have been an anti-hero. He should have been an anti-villain, or straight up the main villain of the show. Also, I don't need to be reminded that black people were slaves and marginalized for every single fictional media. Can't I have Jamie Foxx just look like a beast and murder evil people? I'm looking at you, Django, even though it was really good. Now, to you people who love Popeye's chicken, your tastes are trash, and this is coming from a black dude who listens to Motorhead. Now, what everyone should be eating is Bush's chicken. I love their chicken. Their fries are always salted and crispy yet soft. Their sweet tea is on point. And don't get me started on their tender rolls. The sweetness of the rolls combined with the crispy goodness of their chicken tender is finger-licking good. And speaking of finger looking good, we should talk about KFC. If your family never brought KFC as a family meal on a late night after coming home from football practice, then you have not lived at all, and your family should be sent to the shadow realm. Another good chicken brand, better than Popeyes, is Raising Cane's. I only found out about this brand recently, but hot dang, the food is so good. The bread, the sauce, and the tenders are so good. But the fries, in my opinion, are a bit lacking. They can do better. But Chick-fil-A is what I would rank as one of the definitive best places to buy fried chicken. Yeah, I get that they support shady people, but the food is so good and addicting. Like, literally, is everything they serve is just perfect. The fries, the chicken, the sandwiches, the drinks, the sauces. There is nothing that they miss on. The only thing they miss on is being anti-LGBT. Holy crap, that is a fumble so hard. That takes him down from being one of the definitive best. That takes him down from being the best to being one of the best. Because I can't deny the long lines I always see when I pull up to Chick-fil-A. Then we have Church's Chicken, and my oh my, is this chicken pretty okay. It reminds me a lot of what Popeyes does, but it does it marginally better. I would choose to go here rather than Popeye's chicken. Honestly, I never got the hype as to why Popeyes is so loved to the point where people would scrap and brawl in the streets to get their hands on a chicken sandwich. Like, bro, what? Raise your standards. Have some dignity. Don't fight over a chicken sandwich in the streets, man. Come on. Heck, there's more value in Golden Chick than in Popeyes, because at least at Golden Chick, if I wanted to arrange my own funeral and plug up my arteries faster, I could order a 25 golden tender meal for $36.99 and eat everything on that day. Meanwhile, the big family feast that Popeye sells is $40 without tax. Like, dude, I'm broke. Bush's Chicken would give a huge discount on Tenders Tuesdays, which would allow me to buy a 30 tender meal for $38.99 without tax. So, what is this? I'll tell you what it is. It is an opportunity for me to get the final gear I have to grind, and it comes directly with the fact that it directly hyped up Popeye's chicken, and it's why it's so popular. the dreaded hype machine. And okay, sometimes the hype machine has a point. For example, Squid Games. That was really, really good. But then again, all shows like Squid Games, all movies like Squid Game has a unique premise and has the same story structure that makes it popular to the mainstream. A universal death game where you have to kill everyone else on the island or arena in order to get some kind of cash prize or your freedom, whatever. That has been done to death over and over and over and over and over again. It's no longer surprising. The only reason why it got so popular is because it appealed to the adrenaline junkies in us and the raw animalistic instinct that we as humans have. Because guess what? We humans like being violent. We like being violent. We've only matured and evolved over time because we realize that being smart and having diplomacy gets things done better than just going to war and killing other people. For example, police, whenever they suspect someone of a crime, they don't go in, bust open the door, and say, give us evidence or die. Instead, they manipulate you. They sit you down in an isolated room, and then they'll be like, it seems you committed this crime. You want to get anything off your chest? We already know you did it. And then they'll keep you there indefinitely. Have you thinking that you have to be there when you, in reality, you could just get up and leave because you're not arrested. But then they trick you. They trick you into confessing and making yourself look as guilty as possible. They'll be like, oh, there. Now that you told us everything and made it clear that you're 100% the person, even though you may not be, but at the same time, you might be, we don't care. We have you painted, but we're going to tell you all these sweet nothings in order to make sure that you feel better about the fact that you confessed and now are going to jail for 30 years. Enjoy the rest of your life. It's like, this is crazy. Because in the end, it's that subtle manipulation. It is the careful choice of words that honey the ears of your unsuspecting victims and get them to do whatever you want. It's not something that will happen immediately, but with subtle suggestions and careful word choices that we humans have learned that we can move mountains just with our words alone, more than we ever could do with our fists. But there is still something in our monkey brain of ours that tells us, I want to smash something. I want to beat something up with my fist. I want to see carnage and destruction. And that's what Squid Games appeals to, along with the vivid imagination of being trapped in a situation where you're destitute and you have to win $456,000. Yes, that's how much the money was in South Korean won. So to us, that money doesn't even seem like it's worth it, because $456,000 is not going to last you a lifetime. You're going to have mortgages to pay. You're going to have to pay off your vehicles and everything like that. But if it was $1 million or $1 billion, then people would be like, yeah, murder, kill. But that's why I hate what people like the popular masses like, because we have huge examples like Cyberpunk 2077, the game. It came out very, very, very poorly, but thanks to the anime on Netflix, it is super popular now. I wonder why. Because the anime was actually pretty good. Yo, David Martinez, I miss you, brother. Anyway, this has been Mr. Obezo, and you have just listened to one of my insane rants.